In the last episode, we mocked up the doghouse. It feels pretty darn cool in here. There's just tons of light coming into the boat. This episode, we're going to take a little break from doing boat work and talk more about the updates that have been happening with the mast search. So please subscribe and like the video. It helps out the channel a lot. My name is Matt. Follow along as I turn Duracell, the legendary ocean racing sailboat, into a comfortable cruising home.
Okay, Matt, tell us what you're about to do.
I'm gonna call the guy and make an offer on the mast. So let me catch you up. Duracell does not have a mast. What is left of the old mast is still in John's yard, where the boat was for a long time. The other half of Duracell's mast is on the bottom of the ocean, somewhere near the equator, where Duracell collided with a cargo ship in the mid-90s. We are on a pretty tight budget, but we need to find a new mast. I had always figured since beginning thinking about this project that we would find a mast in the back of a boatyard somewhere that has just been replaced off of another boat. And since people have started watching the channel and we've put out calls for a new mast, we've gotten lots of emails, and one in particular has come up to be pretty good. A few weeks ago, a viewer from our channel, Rick, sent me an email. I called him and he told me that his brother has a mast that might work for us. The mast has been lying around in a shipyard in Los Angeles. It belonged to a boat called Taxi Dancer, which is a race boat. They swapped it out for a newer, lighter mast several years ago. So why is this the right mast for Duracell? To answer that question, we have to take a step back and think about how Duracell was used racing around the world single-handed, and how we plan on using it as a family cruiser. The original mast was built for sailing fast and hard around the planet, so it was built strong and heavy. To counteract that heavy mast, Duracell had a heavy, deep keel. Duracell's keel was removed when John trucked the boat from San Diego to Seattle after the cargo ship collision in the mid-90s. Now it's in our yard. It weighs 10,000 pounds, which was necessary for keeping Duracell upright while racing around the world. I'm going to show you what I mean using this model that I made of Duracell. It is not to scale, and it is very exaggerated to prove a point. This is the weight representing the weight in the keel or the ballast, and then obviously this is the mast, and that's the shape of the hull. This represents its original racing configuration, where it has a heavy mast and a deep, heavy keel. And when it's in this configuration, the boat can go all the way over and still right itself, making it very safe. We're turning Duracell into a cruising yacht. We're not going to be racing around the world anymore. So the balance that we need to achieve is being able to fit into shallow anchorages with a shorter keel, but try to maintain as much sailing ability as the boat originally had by continuing to use a tall mast. I'm going to shorten the keel, just like on Duracell. We're going to hopefully shorten the keel as much as we possibly can. So we're planning on making the keel shorter to get into more shallow anchorages. But if we were to use the same configuration or the same mast that Duracell originally had with a shorter keel, then the boat would be not as stable. Taxi Dancer's old mast is the same height as Duracell's original mast, but it's far lighter because it's a smaller section and it's made of carbon as opposed to Duracell's thick aluminum old mast. What we are going to do is make the mast, give it a lighter mast, so that's representing the heavy mast. Now it's a light mast, and it pops right back up. To sum up, our new configuration, the new Duracell, will have a shorter keel with the same amount of ballast, maybe less, and a lighter mast that is the same height as the original mast so that we can maintain our sailing abilities. So there's somebody I need to thank for helping determine that this mast is a good fit for Duracell. Evan, who is a naval architect up in BC and has been watching our channel, reached out and generously offered engineering advice. I took him up on the offer and asked him to crunch the numbers to see if my hunch that this is the right mast for Duracell is supported by the math. He went over the original Duracell drawings and all the info I was given about Taxi Dancer's mast, and he concluded that the mast will work. That basically it won't break and it will fit the boat. His calculations and endorsement make me confident that this is the right mast for Duracell. Do you think he would take for it? Yep, cool. Yeah, we're obviously running on a tight budget, so. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for your help, Rick. Bye.
So what'd he say?
He said he's gonna talk to his people and get back to us. So we'll see. We're really enjoying documenting our project on YouTube, and it's been so rewarding for us to gain the viewership and to interact with our viewers. It's so much fun, the comments that we get and the emails that we get. Our plan from the beginning to afford this project has always been to do the YouTube channel route, and we feel it's going really well. To help us out, please subscribe, like the channel, share it with your friends, continue to comment. We love hearing from people. And thank you so much for watching. And we also have to thank Ben and Riley for these really awesome shirts that we got for Christmas. Thank you so much.
There's been a lot of talk of writing moment this week with lots of demonstrations. Even La Paz pondered the mast's moment of inertia. Matt thinks this is the beginning of a slow descent into a cat video channel, but I assure you it's not. The more you try to stop a cat lady, the faster the descent into cat ladydom.
Maybe it's a good thing that people, when they watch the first 4 minutes of our videos,